Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Sincere McCormick, who's a running back out of UTSA. How's
Was
your day
good.
been, sir?
My day's been great so far. I woke up this morning, got a good lift in with Coach Philo. The man is crazy. And then overall, just getting to work now.
Gotcha. Well, you are, I guess, listed as a junior, but I mean, I do know that some people are very interested in you, especially if you do make that decision to, declare early. So that's kind of the purpose of this interview, so that you can get your name out there to some people who may not even know who you are yet, which they should. I mean, if you don't know who Sincere McCormick is, I mean, you need to wake up. So, give people a brief summary about you, man. Like, where are you from and how'd you get to UTSA?
It's crazy, man. I was born in Long Beach, California. Grew up in West Coast area. Was in LA, in the IE area. Some of y'all know. And then my mom decided to move to Las Vegas. I was out there from 2012 to 2013. And then my mom was like, we're going to go more east and we're going to go to Texas. And at first, when I think about Texas, I'm thinking cowboy boots. I'm thinking like I got to get some starch jeans. I got to rent a horse. So I was kind of thinking all this stuff through my head. I'm like, go to Texas, why? But overall, it was a great decision. We got here. I had to adapt to the culture, the lifestyle here. It was such an amazing time. Kind of, started getting into some of these football camps, and then was introduced to some teams. First team I was playing for was the Horned Frogs out here and in Texas. Then kind of gradually grew because I started meeting more people. Eventually, I started playing with the team called Judson Junior Rockets, and that's a team that kind of skyrocketed me to going to Judson High School, meeting some of the folks there. Went to Judson High School, and then kind of pursuing my career. My decision making of going to UTSA, I had 13 other offers, but Frank Wilson was a great guy. He was my first offer. UTSA was my first offer. He was a great guy. I talked to him, and he kind of, we sat there, we talked about it a lot, and I was like, you know what, why not just stay here? And I'm not from here originally, but I was like, just making UTSA a name and making it noticed, So that was my big thing about coming here to UTSA, is just to get it off the ground. San Antonio's the 7th largest city, so it's like, why not? But overall, that's pretty much it about my whole my whole movement to Texas. So.
Right. So, I mean, the past 2 years have been actually really awesome for you. I mean, you came in, I mean, were named, I guess, what is it, Offensive Freshman of the Year, your first year, you go out there and do some great things. And then, like, last year, completely blowing up. I ran over 1,400 yards. You were, I guess, on the Doak Walker semifinal. You were semifinals for the Doak Walker. You were the Offensive Player of the Year for your conference, and recently named to the Maxwell Award watch list. They have yet to name out the Doak Walker Award watch list, but I'm sure you're going to be on that. So, great career so far. So, tell me about you as a running back. I mean, what kind of running back are you for UTSA?
I'm more of a speed type of back. I'm great with decision making. I'm willing to fight for extra yards if need be. I'm the type of person who leads by example. I could say what I lack in is being more vocal. I mean, a bit vocal to my teammates, but when times start getting hard, and it has something to do with my mom. When my mom, the way she raised me is, when times get hard, just keep putting your head down and digging, because we came a long way. But as a back, and I translated that to the football game too. The football world is just, when times get hard, we down by a lot. I'm still going to keep fighting until the clock hits zero, and that's my motive. That's how I go about things, and that's how I go about life, because football and life is just the same. So the type of back I am is a producer, and I'm always going to make sure that we're doing right in the game.
I mean, definitely a guy who the Roadrunners rode all the way last year. So Really excellent year in 2020. I mean, definitely a lot of things uh, to look forward to this upcoming season. Walk me through like a regular, week for you as you're preparing for one of your opponents. Like, what's that game prep like a little bit for you, whether it be in the film room or weight room? Can you walk me through that?
Yes, sir. Monday mornings, time to clock in, 6 o'clock in the morning. We have our team meetings, we have our special team meetings, we have our offense and defense meeting, then we have our position meetings, and we kind of just look at our opponent. We get the description of their player personnel. We uh we find out their weaknesses, who should we spot out during the game. And then we could hit the field about 8:30. Then once we out there on the field, we gradually progress and walk. We have game like reps. There's two types of reps. There's game reps and there's mental reps, and that's the type of thing we do once we're out there on the field. We kind of After that we go to the weight room, get a lift in, hydrate, replenish, do those things, and then we go home and study a little bit more on the opponents, and that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. I will tell you sincere, one of the games that I saw of yours it was your best game last year. I mean, you guys, you yourself ran over 250 yards up against North Texas.
Yeah.
Um, really had a great game there. You guys winning that 49-17. Just a wild game. Uh, you did have one very long, amazing touchdown run. You just kind of seemed unstoppable in that game. I mean, I kind of felt like they could just keep giving you the ball, and you probably could have done a whole lot more than you did, quite honestly. But you had a 65-yard touchdown run, man. You remember that play?
Yeah, I remember it every day because there's always posted somewhere. Somebody got it and they tagged me in it, and I remember it. But I want to give big shout out to the offensive linemen, and the 10 other guys that's out there on the field, because they made that happen. And mostly when it was the last game of the season, regular season, and some of the other backs didn't get a chance to play. So really, I was playing for them to get their chance to have their time, because I'm more of a selfless person, because my time going to come, but it's really about all the other guys who don't get that much support. Man, I'm willing to lay my life out on the line for all those other guys that's out there. So going through that game, and it's a big credit to the offensive line, and that's a big that's the reason why I'm here today, is because of those guys. They're the one who put me in the position, made those blocks, those key blocks, and even the preparation leading on to the game. They even talk to me during the game, and even they motivate me. But it's really all them other guys. That's the offensive lineman, and the receivers, and the quarterback.
Yeah, and I know also there's obviously been some coaches that have helped mold you into who you are today. Tell me about, like, I don't know, maybe like one of the better lessons you ever learned from one of your coaches, whether that be there at UTSA or even going back to high school. What's been your like best lesson learned from a coach?
My best lesson learned is to control what you can control. There's a lot of things that was happening in my life that and it's crazy because it's multiple coaches that said this. Coach Wilson, Coach Matt, Coach Rodney Williams, even my coaches from Pop Warner, Coach I can't even think of his name right now. There's so many coaches keep telling me control what you can control and let life go. It's like you can't always control everything. Things just got to happen by itself. And that's one thing I took and led with me. It stuck with me for my entire life. And I kind of been living through that way my whole entire life, and the rest of my life. And it has brought lots of positivity to me, and tremendous, a lot of love too as well, because there's a lot of things in this world that we can't control, that we just got to let happen. But that's one thing that them coaches helped me in and instilled into me to this day, to have me, be who I am today.
Gotcha. Control the controllables. I mean, you're not the first person to say that. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be the last. I mean, I've heard that so much from guys. Is there any other advice maybe that you would give your younger self? I mean, if you were to go back to your high school days, I mean, what kind of advice would you give yourself other than just that? Just kind of control the controllables. Anything else?
I would tell him to live the life that, that I'll say just appreciate the little things. That's what I'll say to my younger self. Appreciate the little things. Don't worry about what another person has or what you don't have. I just say appreciate the little things, and the big things that come later on in life.
Gotcha. And as we really just learn more about you, just I don't know, tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, tell me maybe some of your likes, dislikes, any hobbies that you got going on. I mean, in my notes I have that you're a kinesiology major. So is that right?
Yes, sir. I'm a kinesiologist.
Okay. So, tell me, first of all, let's park on there for a second. So, you're a kinesiology major. What's been your like toughest class there at UTSA? Like, what's one class that really is, I don't know, it's stuck into you really good, is basically what I'm getting at.
It's crazy. The hardest class that I've taken, and as part of my major, was evaluation. That was pretty much the hardest class that I've taken so far. I also can say one more class, exercise of psychology. That one's kind of hard too, a little bit. But like I said, my quote: "Control what you can control." As long as you can just do what you can do, and with the people being there, the people who's helping us, they're gone now. I can't say her last name, Lydia Platic, and some of the other guys that's there to help us, be successful in the classroom. They helped me out tremendously. They gave me everything I need, all the resources. We have a library, and I can say that they helped me through that whole process.
Great. And like I said, I mean, I do want to get to know you outside of football. So, tell me a little bit about yourself that maybe not a lot of people know. So, hobbies, interests, just hit me with it.
My one hobby that I love doing is bowling. I'm really good at bowling. I also like skateboarding. I'm good at drawing just a little bit. That's what I do in my free time. The type of music I listen to is like hip hop, jazz, just the instrumentals. Sometimes I'll listen to just jazz, but most likely just the instrumental while I'm doing my work. Um, I'm really into poetry slams. I like poetry slams. That's something that I really like doing. I love the beach, taking walks on the beach, you know what I'm saying? Just looking out to the beach and just seeing how beautiful it is. And even at nighttime, because in California, it's a lot of beaches. You got Santa Monica, you got Venice, and now you went to San Diego. I went to Pacific Beach, and there's all kinds of. It's just amazing feeling to be at a beach. What else? What else I get? I think that's pretty much it about me. I love hanging out with my little brother, playing the game with him. I play Fortnite. I play Call of Duty. I play 2K. And me and my brother be playing basketball outside too, one-on-ones. He be beating me sometimes. And it's crazy. He's my little brother. He's like 6'2" and about cold at basketball. I don't know, but he be beating me at basketball.
Everybody's got their one sport, or you got something over your brother or what have you. I mean, I got two brothers, and sometimes I mean, you got to be a little competitive. So I mean, there are obviously things that they can do better than me, uh, a lot really, because they're a little bigger than me. So I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. Um, what's been what tell me maybe one of your favorite movies. One of your favorite movies of all time, what comes to mind for you?
All about the Benjamins.
All about the Benjamins. Okay, okay, okay.
I
Uh
can't go wrong with that.
no,
Mike,
no, that's
I
fine.
that's great. That's
Um Great. What about let's see, if I were to come to your place there where you're staying, like is there maybe a restaurant that you would say, "Hey, we got to hit this place up because they got the best food." So, what's a place out there that we
it,
can go
it's
to?
two great places I can tell you. Cover three.
All right.
Um, I declare that them two places is amazing places. I had a great time being there. Delicious food and best service you can possibly get.
Nice, nice. Well, I mean, definitely, if I ever get out there, and you're saying this is Texas, right? Like where
Yeah,
you're at.
yes,
And,
and
and what is exactly hometown for you? I think I had Converse,
Converse.
Texas. Okay. Um, cool. So, nice to know a little bit more about you. Is there anything else that maybe you want to plug, or anything else you got going on?
I have I want to give a big shout out to 7 to 7 Dental. Got the 7 to 7 Dental shirt right here. So anytime y'all need a, pretty smile, go to 7 to 7 Dental. I also want to give a shout out to my thing that I have going on is Run Run 3MC, and it's sponsored by Meet Nation. So y'all stay tuned, get your purchases. We have shirts, we have sweaters, we have tank tops. And I also want to give another shout out to Sour Strips. You want to get some candies? I know both of them kind of conflicts with the Dental, but Sour Strips is the best thing out here.
Well, I mean, I kind of figure, you take those things kind of sparingly, and usually with lots of water. If you kind of complement it with lots of water, it kind of balances itself out a little bit. So, and obviously you brush your teeth afterwards, so I mean
Yeah.
it's all good. Nice, nice. Hey, as we begin to wrap up a little bit, I always ask guys this question, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with it. Tell me why you play this game, man. Why do you play this game of football? What is who or what motivates you the most?
My mom. I'm pretty sure everybody said it, mom, but my mom, she had me at the age of 15. Watching her handle things and trying to raise a kid by herself, and watching her struggle. I didn't want to see her struggle, and her putting me into a football program kind of was like, okay, I can make something out of this, make it something for my family. And every time I play, and I'm not playing for just myself, I'm playing for my daughter, my mom, my cousin, because all the other generations, it just wasn't successful. So I feel like since I'm in this situation, I'm a first gen, by the way. Since I'm in this situation, I can, I can go somewhere with this. So our purpose is to serve, and I'm here to serve and make sure my mom is happy at the end of it, make sure my whole family is entirely happy. And even if I don't go to the league, I still have my degree. I'm also getting my minors in real estate, and I graduate next year in May. So that's a huge accomplishment to my family and where I came from. So it's been a long journey entirely, and I'm almost done. I have that degree on the wall for my mom to see and smile every single time and make sure she's happy. And whatever I can do possibly is to make sure she's happy. And that's the most important thing, because mamas is the best thing out here. And they love their kids, and they do anything for the kids, especially my mom. And I love her, and shout out to my mama. And I love her.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I again, like I said before, I mean, I do have you listed in my notes as a junior, but I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that like, people really aren't really paying attention to you because I mean, I know that there are a lot of guys out there who love you, who think you got a lot going for you. So, not to say that you would be declaring for this upcoming draft in 2022, but if you do, I mean, there is definitely a possibility that you might be one of those guys that gets drafted. So if you come out this year or next, I do want to give you the opportunity to give your pitch to all those teams in the NFL as to maybe why they should take a chance on you, draft you, and sign you, and what kind of teammate you'd be for their organization. So go for it, man. What's your pitch?
My pitch is I'm a high motor guy. I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the team, whatever position. I'd be on special team. I could be the guy giving water. I'm just very selfless, and I'm here to serve a purpose, and that's one thing that I'm about. Whatever it takes to make it, whatever's right for the team, and that's where I'm at with it. That's my pitch.
Yeah, I mean, definitely also a very passionate player, a guy that who really has a lot of speed out there. I mean, really like I kid you not, man. I mean, when I turned on like that one game, it's like holy moly, man, like they can't stop him. It's like they're playing a high school team or something, man. Like it's just he's unstoppable. I mean, how many yards is he gonna run? And you figure if I mean, I feel like the sky is the limit, man. If they just continue to feed you the ball, so I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But I do feel like you do offer a lot to, as a potential prospect going to the next level. So I don't think that you're going to be glossed over one bit. I mean, I think that every NFL team is going to be like, really tuned in to you this upcoming fall. So. Sincere, this has been great. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Um, are you big into social media? I mean, can people follow you somewhere?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, true.sincere3. My Twitter is yoboysin, YOBOISIN. So there's my two socials. That's where you can contact, look me up, and follow.
All right, Sincere. Well, best of luck this upcoming fall and everything else you got going on in your life, man. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. Again, this is Sincere McCormick. He's a running back out of UTSA. Definitely check him out.
UTSA, yo.